We're going to get started in just a few minutes. If you're just jumping on, if you were asked to be on this webinar tonight and you know nothing about what we're going to talk about, you're going to learn all that in just a few minutes. If you're somebody who's already been kind of working with us through these last really couple of years now, to try to find what us as affiliates or people that want to put a business together are all trying to do right now. Awesome. Awesome. I gotta mute that, mute this. All right. All right. People are rolling on. While that happens, let me cue up the screen here. Okay. All right. Welcome. If somebody could pop in the chat that number one, you can hear me, and number two, you see the Smart Sports Betting Made Easy presentation up on the screen, that would be helpful. Awesome. All right. I'm going to give it just a couple minutes. I got a couple people that just texted looking for the link. So I just going to give a couple more minutes before we start going here. All right. Well, just there's a whole group of people on here tonight that some of you guys have not even saw what we've been doing in the background to help a very special group put this together to open up an opportunity for us as affiliates to pretty much make unlimited amount of money if that's what we want to do, whether we're somebody who's been successful in the past or we're not. And I'm going to run through a lot of information tonight, but the key that I want everybody to get tonight is the fact that this thing is just getting started and you're going to be at the beginning of something that right now is going from an unregulated market to a regulated market. A lot of people have heard about deregulation in the past. This is something that was totally unregulated. Now it is being regulated in the US, gives us a market share of over 100 million people. So that's what we're going to talk about over the next couple minutes. I just got one more text. Let me give him one more second to get on, and then we'll get this thing going. Okay, well, welcome everybody to the opening of the AIM System Affiliate Program. And if you're not familiar with our partner company, it's a company called Unbox. Some of you that are on here, like myself, are already an affiliate with other products and services. Unbox is the middleman, the person that the people that take care of all this. And as I go through the presentation tonight, you'll get a pretty good idea on why we picked Unbox as affiliates to be the one that we wanted to be. And I want everybody to understand that the owners of this company took into consideration all information from people from the field before they went from having a company where they've never ever had the public involved to actually now going to the public. And that's why they decided to partner with a group of affiliates who they believe can help make this thing something big. So that's kind of the beginning part. The other thing is just kind of a disclaimer. I'm going to throw some numbers out there as we're talking. I want you to understand that this is brand new. The experts behind this have been doing this for over 26 years and massively successful. But understand, it was a market where they could only do it from Las Vegas. Now they can do this as each state opens up. And that's why using an affiliate model makes so much sense for them to be able to do what they do. Because just to give you a little bit of backdrop here is in the regulation of allowing people to use betting as another way to earn money, just like any other type of alternative investment, you have to be in the state that you actually do the speculating from. So that's just kind of a disclaimer up front to let you know that the reason why this opportunity is here is because these guys can only do this in the state that they were in, which was Las Vegas. Now that it's opened up into all these states, they can't be in all these other states to be able to have that massive success that they've had. So that's just kind of a little disclaimer before we get started. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about why would you want to own your own sports speculation business. Our hybrid business model gives individuals an opportunity to have their own sports business as regulation begins to change. We have the first mover advantage in a multi-million-dollar market within one of the largest economies in the world. So there's two ways in which you can promote this sports speculation business. You can use all the tools that Unbox have put together in an e-commerce platform, very similar to when you think of what the program, when you think of Amazon. I mean, how does Amazon have all these products and services? Because they're basically the middleman for hundreds of companies that are using an e-commerce platform, and there's tons of affiliates making tons of money. Unbox does the same exact thing for us. So you can use the model to gain market share fast. There's 100 million potential users in the US alone. Now let's talk a little bit about brick and mortar. Now, some of you guys are on here, you know that I was involved with a sports business a few years back. We built a business from the ground up to over 1 million users in a very short period of time with no product and no affiliate program making any money under the expressed interest that this company was going to be able to deliver one of the best platforms that was going to be out there. They had some of the best people behind this. They had people that had been part of the John Madden sports game. And we believed that as affiliates, that if we put the work in, we were going to make money on the back end. I can tell you that it didn't happen, but we built a group of affiliates that would have made a lot of money in that business. But unfortunately, NBC and Fox came in with their own app doing the same exact thing. So if you're familiar with those two apps right now, both of those apps, when there's football games, golf games going on, you can go into a contest and you can win money each and every time that there's a contest going on. Where we're coming in with showing people how to use a similar concept of building your own sports business. So brick and mortar. What I want you to understand is one of the verticals that we've put in place is setting up affiliate locations. You're going to be able to leverage their existing and future customer base. Consumers right now are spending over $35 billion a year on sports-related activities and merchandise. So just think of places that you know right now because of COVID-19 that are hurting to bring money in the door. whether it's a sports bar, whether it's a retail shoe shop that sells sneakers that's just struggling to bring people through the doors. They'll be able to use this very unique model that we put in place to create another revenue stream. And because of the way our business model is set up, they won't feel like your competition. They know that when you come in and set them up, they're going to get paid the same thing that you're getting paid for setting them up. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Unbox Marketplace. This is where you get the access to the technology. Now, we use a very simple program, and there's a little bit of an error in my slide here. It's 60% commissions. Out of every time we have a membership sold, we pay 3 levels, 20%, 20%, 20%. This 2% you see here should have been 20%. I just noticed it when I was looking at it. So I want you to think about this right now. If you're an affiliate marketer that's done different types of affiliate marketing, think about this. On all 3 levels, you're getting 20%, okay? Now, if you're somebody who has never done affiliate marketing, but you're somebody who has in the past been involved with businesses where you've recruited people, where have you seen a model where they're going to take 60% of what they bring in each and every month for the memberships and give 20% to the person who you brought in? Then when that person says, hey, I want to be an affiliate, and you train him to do what you did, you get 20% from anybody that he brings in, and it goes down one more level. Now, here's the reason why this is so different than anything that you've probably ever seen before. We're not looking for people to come in and say, hey, I'm going to build a team of 100,000 people, and you're worried about getting paid 30, 40, 50 levels deep. That's not the idea behind the model we put together. The idea here is we're all going to use this product. And when you see the product in a few minutes, you'll understand why. And we'll have a couple of testimonials that are going to come out of people that have been part of either the testing process or people that right now are making plenty of money in the affiliate or network marketing space, but they're looking for, well, how do I let that money grow for me right now? So with Unbox, with that 3-tiered program, we have the exact system. Now, we'll go back to that brick and mortar. This is why this is so important. When you set up a brick and mortar, I'm going to use a sports bar because there's a gentleman on here right now that owns a pretty large sports bar. He is totally excited about what he's going to be able to do by offering this to all of his people that come in, and on a Saturday and on a Sunday during football season, they're betting on sports. Now he's going to be able to get a piece of that fee that they're paying each and every month, and he's helping them to be better sports speculators. So start to think about that. Because of the way we've set this up, that business owner that owns that place, he's not worried about whether somebody's a user of our SME, which you're going to learn about in a second, or whether they come on as an affiliate. Because at the end of the day, we're paying 3 levels at 20%. So he never gets knocked out of the system. Again, been in this business for a long time. And normally, when you talk to traditional businesses about adding some type of network marketing type business, they get nervous that, hey, they're going to bring in XYZ person, and the person who brought them in is going to steal them away. None of that happens here. Once they're tied to that sports bar or to that retail shop, that customer belongs to them, and both of you get the 20%. So it's in your best interest for setting them up, because you're going to get 20% and they're going to get 20%. Successful people go through 2 phases. They work for money, then they make money, then they make money work for them. And that's what we're talking about here, because we have something that allows your money to work for you. So whether you're somebody right now who's got extra money right now that you want to use, be a user from day one, or whether you use this to give you that extra money so that you can start making money with your money. We've got all the technology in place, we've got all the marketing in place, and we have automated commissions all in place. So let's talk about how we're different than other affiliate businesses that are out there. The biggest reason that we're different is when you look here to the left side, all of our users, okay, once they come in and they're using our SME, they're going to continue to use our SME. And we don't just pay you one time, we pay you every month on those 3 tiers. So you've got a typical affiliate program where, hey, a person might bring in a new customer, they get paid on them one time, and then they got to go find another customer. In our case, you find a user and that user gets started, you're going to get paid on that user. And if you teach that user to become an affiliate because they're making money with our product, boom, they're going to do the same thing, and you're going to get paid on all 3 levels. So as you can see here, one of the things I always like to say is, how do I get my membership for free in anything I do? And in our case, it's 5. And it's not 5 personals, it's just 5 people, because you get paid on all 3 levels. So 5 people in your network, that $15.80 a month equals what you're going to get paid to cover your membership. And right now we're only talking about 1 membership level. And I'm going to kind of go through some of the other ones that are down the road. But because sports has been on pause, we've made a decision that we're bringing everybody in at that lowest level of $79 once we go live in the next probably 10 days. So as you're sitting here right now, you've already caught the first part of this presentation. Who are you going to bring in to put on your network so that you can have this every month, $15.80 coming in from hundreds of people that are in your network? It's a quick illustration here. You know what? My pointer's not on. I just noticed that. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just so excited about what we got here. All right, let me go back. Okay, so like I said, very simple, straightforward, 3 levels. So if you came in, you brought in 2 users, you're going to get paid $15.80, right? But then you brought in 2 or even 2 of these that became affiliates, you're going to get paid on all theirs. Same thing, $15.80, and it goes down 1 more level. So as you can see, tier 1, $31.60, $63.20, $150.40. Now, $29, $42, $40. But right now, most people are thinking, geez, what if I brought in 100 users? There's 100 million people in the U.S. alone that this thing is going to be available to. What if I brought in 100 users over the next 12 months? And they did the same thing, and they did the same thing. You can start to do the math. This is residual income, because the people that are using our system, they're not going anywhere once they start using the speculated platform that we have in place. All right, so that is the comp plan. Now, I'm going to talk to you about people that want to get paid on all the sales that we have each and every month. Part of our getting started relaunch, the owners of AIM have given us the permission to do 100 memberships that are called titanium memberships, okay? And I'm going to explain to you exactly what this means and what it means for you if you become a super affiliate. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a super affiliate, and the other people that are going to probably be on this call tonight have already done this, whether they've done it by selling a titanium membership in the last 72 hours or whether they have bought one for themselves. So that's how simple this is. So we have a pool that AIM has given us that we're going to be able to take 100 people or 100 super affiliates. And this is how it works. You're either going to sell or purchase a minimum of 1 titanium user subscription. That's going to put you in a exclusive pool that is shared by the 100 super affiliates of 5%. So what that means for you is that if we have 1,000 members, you're getting paid on all 1,000, not just those 3 levels. If we have 10,000, you're getting paid on those 10,000. Now, It's transferable. It's assignable to your children, your grandchildren, trusts, and charities because understand this. What AIM has been doing in Las Vegas has been almost 30 years. That's just in one state. Now we're opening it up to all these other states. If you don't think sports betting is going to be around for the next 100, 200 years, then you're on the wrong call. Now, in the event we sell or go public, because we are a technology software company, those people who went out and either bought or sold a Titanium membership, it's going to transfer over to Class A shares. And that 5% is going to be divided by those 100 super affiliates. Now, here's the last benefit of being a super affiliate. It's the only one where you can purchase your own subscription, which means you'll hear what comes with the Titanium subscription in a few minutes, but it means that you'll actually be able to buy from yourself. You won't have to buy from somebody else. Now, we have 100. We will close this off before the first major sport. So if you're not a huge sports fan, Major League Baseball right now is set to come back on the 24th of July. So you probably, if they don't go in a week, you probably have until the 24th of July. At that point, the program shut off, and every month that 5% gets divided up equally by the 100 super affiliates that are in there. That's an added bonus that comes directly from the owners of AIM, because we asked them one question when we were putting this together. We said, hey, we've got some guys that have been big builders in the past, and is there a way to put a bonus in place that these guys, because they're going to come in from day one and they're going to put thousands of people in, is there a way for all of us to get paid on? They said yes. So they put that 5% pool in, and that is in place from today until we either sell it out or the first major league sport, which looks like it's going to be Major League Baseball on the 24th. All right. So you see how simple this is. It's 3 tiers. Boom, you go out and do it. You want to be a super affiliate? I'm going to tell you exactly what that platinum membership is when we get there, or the titanium membership, and that'll explain exactly how you can become one of those super affiliates. Now, let's talk about what we have our hands on. It's called the Speculative Management Engine, the SME for short. So when you see SME, that is an algorithm that was built that allows everyday people to use sports as a way to create an alternative investment, an alternative way to make money with the money that they already have. So what is it? The SME platform makes you a smarter sports bettor. The data our sports experts apply is leveraged by our artificial intelligence to estimate the odds of winning outcomes. The SME algorithm then scans the market to identify overpriced and underpriced bets for your advantage. Now, I'm not going to get heavy into detail on this, but I've been going to class for right now close to 24 months from these expert sports bettors teaching me everything that they know, so that as an affiliate with this program, I can be one of the guys that right from the gate, when someone's got a question, I can help them do what they need to do, because our professional sports bettors, they need to continue to do what they do to make the SME work. So they're not going to have time to get on conference calls. They're not going to have time to do this. Not that they won't be on from time to time, but they're not going to have time for this one-on-one. So I've spent that time, and some other members of our team have done the same thing. So here's how this kind of works. Typically, the reason why somebody who becomes a sports bettor ends up failing is they don't know how to manage their money, and they don't know which picks have an advantage. So our professionals put an algorithm together to fix that. So when you get started with our cash management, You're going to choose what your risk tolerance is, anywhere from 0.5% to 1.5%. So even though you might be one of those guys who says, hey, I'll throw 10K on that just to see what happens. That's not what we do here. We're very, very strict in the way that our users use the system. No higher than 1.5%. You're going to basically be asked a series of questions about how much risk, how much capital do I want to risk? So whether you have $100 or whether you have $10,000, this here is going to manage how much is going to be bet on each and every, or speculated on each and every sport. Then the last piece is we're tracking in real time. So on any given day, and I'm going to tell you, since sports came back on June 11th to yesterday, we've had 105 plays that had some kind of advantage. So I want you to think about it. Whether you've been off because of COVID or whether you've been working, what have you had time to find 105 advantage plays and be able to track all those to make sure that you're not risking more than what your capital outlay says you should risk, so that you could be a successful sports bettor, which there's less than 1% in the marketplace today that successfully win. Now, let's go over here. What drives the SME engine? This is the most important piece here for you guys to understand, because if you're going to go out and start talking to people about this unbelievable tool that you can sell, you got to understand what drives it. They're applying foundational mathematics and financial strategies to sports investing. They're not gambling. They're not betting. They're investing in sports. AIM has created something truly innovative. It provides daily recommendations. Not just the recommendation, but tells you exactly, based on your capital, what you should put on that play for that day. And if the lines are not where they should be, it tells you to skip that play that day. There is nothing in the market that does this in the sports speculative world right now. We've got a group of professional sports bettors that predict future outcomes just like you would as in the stock market. These guys are just as successful as people in the stock market. And understand one thing, if Las Vegas was still the only place that they could do what they're doing, they would not be here offering this to us. But because you've got to be in the state that you're betting at the time of the bet, they are in a position where they're taking their expertise, but they're not doing it as an educational program because they know most people won't follow it as an educational program. They're taking it different, and they're saying, we're going to build the technology so that all you have to do is kind of think of it like with a mouse, point and click, point and click, point and click. Got a group of data scientists that have been involved with these guys for years. They use a combination of big data, AI, and proprietary mathematics to ensure our users win more than they lose each year. And again, understanding sports betting, you need to win more than 52.8% of the time in order to be on the right side of beating a sports book. And just one other thing I'm going to say about the sports books, people sometimes think that those guys are my friends. Those guys, their job is to take every dollar out of your pocket every time you bet on a sport. So having the advantage from our professional sports bettors and having the knowledge from the trends and all the things that are happening from our data scientists is what makes the speculative management engine work the way it does. And because of the AI technology, the more wagers, the more speculation that happens, the more times you're using it, the more times it comes back to say, hey, you know what? We're going to do this time because this is the sports book they're with. So this thing is always working. So just understanding the basic fundamentals of this can put someone in a position to make a huge income selling this all day long, whether it's to people you know, or whether it's using some of the marketing techniques online, or whether it's setting up local establishments. So let's talk about why we're different and why we're safer. Our model is an attractive alternative to traditional investing. Sports betting is insulated from interest rates, inflation, market volatility. Think of what happened when COVID hit. Sports, it didn't affect it in any way other than the fact that they shut sports down. But people that had $10,000 in their capital account, they still have that $10,000 in their capital account because they didn't do any wagering or speculating during that time. Where look at the market, look at different things that have happened. None of that will ever be an issue on the sports betting. Federal laws and supervision provide the same security as other financial markets. That's the whole. 2018, that was when everything changed. The federal government said, hey, it's unconstitutional that you can only do this in Las Vegas. So every state now has the opportunity to allow operators to operate in each and every one of those states. The money flows directly to and from each personal user's account without a long-term commitment, as in a lot of times Wall Street would require if you're using a hedge fund. So you control it each and every day. If you're following the SME, it's telling you exactly how much to have in your sportsbook account and how much to take out on every 30-day cycle. Users maintain total control and their funds and kept 100%, and they keep 100% of the profits from their winning plays. So we don't hit them on the back end with another charge as affiliates, and AIM doesn't come back and hit them with another charge. They pay a one monthly fee. That's it. Users can get started with just as little as $100 with no risk. I recommend 1,000 is probably the number for them to be where they're not going to be feeling like I don't have enough to cover this, or I don't have enough. You can start with 100, but 1,000 is probably the best place. And you'll see in some of our training where it talks about that. And most importantly, our algorithm provides users the intel needed to maximize earning on their capital year after year. 26 consecutive years in Las Vegas, and now 1 year outside of Las Vegas, they have had success of beating the sports books, being past that 52.8% each and every year. All right, now I'm going to give you some examples. This is a financial disclaimer. The information presented is from users of AIM who used our recommendations and money management principles. No guarantee is presented or implied. The performance represented is historical of past performance is not a reliable indicator of future results, and users may earn more or less. User data from January of 2019 to January of 2020. With a $5,000 capital account. We have, as you can see here, group A, B, C, and D. And then we have the S&P on the bottom, okay? S&P would have made that $5,000 balance $1,442. Somebody who is group D, that basically means somebody who started with $5,000 and every month, rather than taking a withdrawal, they just kept compounding their money each and every month in their sports betting account, and they were 100% in control of it, okay? Group C, somebody that wanted to take 10% out toward their living expenses. Group B, 25% toward their living expenses, and Group A, 50% toward their living expenses. Hey, we've set it up so that user can decide what they want to do. How much they want to keep in, how much they want to cut. And at any time, if they want to change their balance, the SME allows them to do it and automatically reconfigures their account. They don't have to do anything. All they got to do is put in the new numbers. That's how simple the SME is and how fast it works. So that was 2019 to 2020. Now, this is what excites me. Beginning of 2020, we were ready to launch as an affiliate arm of them just before March Madness. And at that time, January, our test users, or the users that were part of AIM, they hit on 70% that month. February, they lost 19.5%. March, they hit on 30%. And then it closed down. Now, I'm not going to get into heavy details on this, but what I want you to understand is just looking at the numbers, right? So we look here and you can see if somebody went from 5,000 to over 20,000, that's about a 400% return, right? So now you can see what was happening in January. February was a rough month. March, right back at it. Now, we opened back up June 11th to start allowing our giving the plays out to the people that were part of either our beta testers or people that are friends of our experts. They're up 24%. So year to date, 104% right now. S&P's at 4.5%. Now, I want you to just start thinking. Everybody you know, whether they have $100, $500, $1,000, if you could show them an easy way where they can control everything that they're doing, and all they had to do was pay $79 a month to get a tool that would make it real simple for them to be able to know who to bet that has an advantage, and on the other side, know exactly how much to wager, because we know most people fail at sports betting because they don't know how to do money management. So that's the power in the data. The numbers don't lie. So let's talk about this membership we were talking about. So as affiliates, we're going to be able to sell a bronze membership, I believe on the 14th of this month will be when the first one can be sold. This particular membership will deliver accurate algorithm-driven predictions in an easy-to-use tool, which is the SME, okay? So basically what the idea behind the bronze membership is, it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 5 plays a day. It's easy for someone who's never done any kind of sports betting, never done any of his own investing, to kind of get the hang of it first. Start at 79. If they're comfortable with it, start with whatever their capital is that they're comfortable with. We don't tell anybody what they want to do. This is where everybody has to start in the beginning. Now, 6-12 months from now, we may lax that. But right now, what we want is we want people to be successful. Because if they're successful, that means us as affiliates, every month we're collecting that $1,580 from every one of those memberships. If they're not successful, obviously they're not going to want to pay that $79 each and every month. All right. Now, as you're in that membership, you might want to start working your way up to a gold membership. Okay. This isn't available now. This will be available later, but I have to show you this so that you can understand what the titanium is. This means you're going to get more plays. You're going to get some of those plays that we like to call futures or props. You're going to get late line moves. That means you're going to be a little more active. It's not just maybe once or twice a day logging your picks. This might be where some days you might have 3 or 4 times a day where you got to log picks. You're paying $199. Now here's the beauty of this is you're paying more, but you now have more opportunities to win. So us as affiliates, instead of us getting $1,580, right? Now we're getting 20% on the $199, right? So what just happened? They started at 79, they went to the 199. We just got a raise, whether it was a year from now, whether it was 6 months from now, wherever that is. That's an automatic raise on top of all the new people that are coming in. Then we have our last one, the platinum membership. Okay, that's $599. Now this is the person who wants to really wants to do it full time, kind of like me. Okay, I am a platinum membership right now. Okay, this is my full-time gig now. Is number 1 being an affiliate here, and number 2 taking all the plays with the advantage and understanding that some days there could be as many as 20 or 25, and how important it is to make sure I'm playing them the right way. That's the guy that's at 590 who says, hey, you know what? If 1% of sports bettors can make a living, if I can do that with this, that's where I am. That's me. I'm the platinum guy. Okay, so happens again when the person goes from the 199 to the 599. What do you think happens for you? Boom, you get that instant raise. So now you're getting 20% on all the 599s. Now, let's hit on the titanium. So here's what AIM said they would do. So they said, okay, look, we will give a 3-year membership, meaning you don't have to pay the $5.99 every month. You're going to get it for 3 years for one payment of $10,000. Covers you for 36 months. It's a 54% discount. And for that, right, that means, if we go back here, oops, where was it? So for that, whether you sell one or whether you buy one, you get into this 5% pool. And remember what I said, that's the only one where you can sell it to yourself. Now, the question that I got when I shared this with some people earlier today is, what if I sell 5 of those super affiliate positions? What if I sell 5 titanium memberships? You get 5 shares. And again, it caps at 100. So it doesn't matter if we end up with 100 super affiliates. We only have the ability to sell 100 of these packages. AIM will not give us the ability to go past the 100. So that's how we've devised it. It's first come, first serve. So that's how it works. So if you are somebody who either wants to become what I am now, which is actually a professional sports bettor, and have it paid for the next 3 years rather than paying the $5.99 and doing that times 3 years, and you believe that you can have that stay-to-itiveness right from day one, then I would recommend to do it. Hey, on the other hand, if you don't know if you're going to have it, don't waste it. Just start at 79, work your way up, do your thing. But as a affiliate, and you want to get paid on every membership forever, it would make sense to go out and look for people that want to be there. Now, like I said, when we started, we have a window here between now and July 14th. We're offering a limited time opportunity to join Unbox for $1. Again, AIM has basically said, look, we're going to give a $90 coupon code. So the technology fee every year with Unbox is $100. So you can sign up tonight for $1 as an affiliate, and all you got to use is the code AIM, AIM, from whoever's link that you have, and you'll save $99 for the year. Now, this is important. I want you to think about it. This is probably, in the way I look at it, one of the few products that I've ever purchased where I know without a doubt it's working for me. I'm going to share it with somebody else. And if I share this with my brother and I don't become an affiliate, that just doesn't make sense because it's only going to cost me $1. And in a year, if I end up not sharing it with anybody, okay, I didn't share it with anybody. I'm not going to renew for $100 because I'm not sharing it, but I'm still going to have whatever membership I'm on, and I'm going to continue to pay my monthly fee. And it's really simple. Create your Unbox account, start sharing your link. July 16, AIM opens, and then the Titanium members get access to the SME immediately. I totally forgot about this. One of the things that the experts said is anybody that picks up a Titanium membership, as these people that did over these last couple days, you will get first access to the AIM system to actually start getting the plays from the day that you sign up. So if you signed up tomorrow, you would start getting the plays. And like I said, over the last 24 days, we've had 105 plays. And I'll give you some numbers on me. And then I'm going to flip over to a couple of our testimonials or people that are on here with me. So my bankroll is $30,000. Okay. And based on my risk factor, which is 1%. Okay. Since the 11th of June, of me actually following the SME, I've skipped 9 plays, either because I missed them or because the lines were off. But I'm up right now just over $4,200. So in my SME account right now, instead of being $30,000, it's now like $34,000 and some dollars. If I can pull it up before we end this call, I'll pull it up just so you can see it. But let me see if I can flip this over to one of our other panelists that is available. Jay, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great. Well, I can, just listening to you go through that is, I was on the trial pre-COVID. You're giving me all the numbers and going through everything. And, I like anybody else, wanted to go through and I wanted to test it. And, you're able to, get me on the test round. And pre-COVID, I was able to get in March and start doing the daily plays. And what I liked about it is just no emotion whatsoever, just following a system. And when you told me, 26 years of documented success, you said, look, there's going to be losing days, there's going to be losing weeks, even sometimes losing months. And you showed me the data, but you said never have they had a losing year. And, the more research I did, the more I talked to you about, the fundamental philosophy, it just made sense. And if you think about it in the investing world, what do hedge funds do? And I really related it to like a hedge fund for sports. What do hedge funds do? They hire the most sophisticated Ivy League grads that are super smart, and they, look at where the best place to place your money, you can get the biggest return. And really the same thing's happening here with computer technology, with artificial intelligence, gathering all this data. And what you just said really hit home, and you're like, they'll analyze 100, 200 games globally that are happening, and they'll narrow it down to maybe the 3 to 5 picks for the day, maybe sometimes more if there's that edge. And it just made sense. And the fact that it's managing the bankroll, you're not putting emotion into it, you're just following the system. They're telling you exactly what to do. And I did that, and I started the account just with $1,000 just to see how the results were. And, I was excited because after, I don't know, it was 10 or 11 days, I was up 34%, which again was only $340 or so. But at $340 on $1,000 was, I was super excited because it's all relative to obviously what you have in your account. And you showing those examples of 5,000, and again, I want everybody to think, I started thinking about, well, who do I know that either, invest in 401ks? Why do you invest in 401k? Because you want your money to work for you. You want to grow your money. Why do we invest? People do Forex and they do signals or day trade. They dabble in stocks and all the things that we've all probably, a lot of us have done. How many people have traded crypto and looked at ways to leverage that? And then obviously a lot of people we know bet sports. So think about for yourself, who do you know that does these things? And it's pretty much everybody we know. And it's not really saying, I got to go out and recruit all these people. I always like to look at things from a perspective of the power of one. What if I just told one person a month that got engaged and said, look, I'd love to do this and see my money grow? Or what if I got more aggressive and my goal is to get one person a week to sign up? Well, think about it. At the end of the year, that means you'd have 52 personal recruits that are actually using the system. Or what if you got super aggressive and said, look, I believe I can get one person a day I can tell about this. And, then I started doing more research and about Mark Cuban and hedge funds for sports. And then I started looking at alternative investments. And that's really what I look at this as, an alternative investment. You're using sports and it's fun. It's exciting, but it's also, there's a strategy and there's a system and it's very disciplined. As you said, it's not about getting a sports pick, and everybody hears about these different sports pickers and, bet this game or bet that game. And then people get emotional and then they double or triple their money because they don't want to lose. It's nothing like that. And, now since COVID happened, obviously there's events that happen in the world that we can't control. And if you're in the stock market and all of a sudden there's a catastrophe, there's a tsunami or insurance, you can't control those things and you can watch your money take a nosedive. When COVID happened, only thing that happened was sports just shut off. You didn't lose money. It just shut off. You had no more games to play. So as I was disappointed, I was also relieved that, the system wouldn't crash on you. So, cause you're still in control of what you're putting in daily. So, I look at now what's happening, with FanDuel, with DraftKings and the growth of online sports. I've become a student now. You told me about, the Bet365 CEO, who is now the highest paid executive ever in history. Last year, her salary was $423 million in 2019. So it just tells you, I believe everything in business that I've learned is about timing and positioning. People want to obviously, do more. They want to work from home. They want alternative sources of income. And if you can just follow a system, again, to me, I always say documentation beats conversation. So it's documented results, looking at what's happened here with the team that's been assembled and what these guys are doing. I'm first of all, I'm just thankful that you've shared it with me. I'm super excited about it. And, looking at the S&P and how everybody's like, the best investment you could have made was in stocks. Well, I know these guys have made millions upon millions of dollars. They've been, I don't know if you've been suspended or kicked out from Vegas casinos. And now this has really opened up an opportunity because obviously if you continue to keep beating a casino, they're going to obviously say, well, you're not allowed to, gamble here anymore. So we all want our money working for us. And this is just, I believe the timing is right. The opportunity to share something with somebody where they can be involved at a low as $1,000 and they control their own money. They're getting signals. All they got to do is put the plays in. And I don't even know if you touched on it, Bill, that, you have that automated system you guys have been talking about that the guys are working on that literally can do everything for you as well, which obviously, again, just makes it totally hands-free. It's automated, it's scalable, and it's about long-term profitability. Looking at the numbers you shared for 2019 at 412% growth on a $5,000 initial investment in your account, look, if you factor out those numbers, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from that day, from a $5,000 account turns into 25,000. What's that look like the next year and the next year and the next year, and how quickly you can really be in position to, do what you want to do. I mean, I think we all talk about success, and, I believe true success in life is really not only having a lot of money to do what you want and be able to have choices, but it's also having time to enjoy your family and do the things you want to do. So to me, true success is time and money. And I see this opportunity right now. I just can't wait to get launched and actually, because I've seen the numbers, and I've been obviously involved in the system with the last 30 days or so with PGA, UFC, and what's the other? Oh, and soccer. So in the plays and
NASCAR,
24 and NASCAR as well, 24% or so. And it's exciting to me because you could get very emotional about sports, but it also allows you to watch some things, and all of a sudden I'm interested in things I wouldn't normally be interested in. And I'm watching NASCAR yesterday, and it's funny because most people would go crazy over something that happened. I just laughed about it. Just know, like, it's just the numbers, and the numbers are going to balance out. But if you got the edge, and you're always going to be based on history on the winning side, and you're going to have some times where there's bad beats and whatnot, but it's about consistency and just following a system. And that's what I believe I'm most excited about, is the documented results in history and the system. They just plug into the system and just follow it. I believe, the past is a great indicator of the future. So I think it's only going to get bigger and better. And I believe this is going to be one of the greatest shifts of wealth and opportunities that, affiliates and networkers will really be able to be a part of. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks, Jay. I really appreciate the student that you've become, which really helped me to help the guys in Vegas really get comfortable with this affiliate model. And this is something that I'm going to share with you guys, and this will be the only time I ever share this on any of the, just because you're the first ones here. You know, one of the biggest problems that these, what they call tout services, people that are selling picks, run into, they sell it to Mark, and then he gives it to 10 of his friends. So the way we solved that problem was by building an affiliate program and convincing them to pay 65%, 60% to the regular affiliates, 5% to the super affiliates, and they're also taking 10% and giving that to Unbox to cover all the credit card processing and all the things that are there. So they're not in this because they need to make money. They're making plenty of money betting on these sports in the states that they are. And I can tell you a couple of the guys have already moved back east to New Jersey because that's a hot market right now. And what they're doing is they're building a technology that's going to be something similar to what FanDuel and DraftKings. Do a little research on those and see how valuable those two technology companies are today when they started off as technology around fantasy sports 5, 6, 7 years ago. And these guys have the same exact mindset, and we're in a position as the affiliates to be the ones to drive the traffic to them and get paid month after month after month. Hey, Mike, are you on there?
I'm here. Can you hear
Awesome.
me?
Hey, just in case I don't, Jay, I probably should have introduced who you were because a lot of these people don't know who you are. But Michael Beal, he's actually someone who's been more, I think, in the network marketing space over the years since I've met him. But he's one of the most successful team building leaders I've ever met, and somebody who, when I've had simple questions, all I got to do is look on his Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and I can find the answer because he's done it all. But Mike, why don't you give a few words to our people tonight?
Yeah. Thanks so much, Bill. Thanks, Jay. I do come from the space of network marketing, direct sales, relationship marketing, whatever you want to call it. And it's all about team building and everything. And when you come from that space, the majority of the people, let's just face it, they're not going to make, like the huge money that everyone touts about, right? But, and even myself, like I just came off one of my biggest wins. I was making, not to tout or anything, but a couple $100,000 a month in the industry. And I was always looking for ways to invest my money and put my money to work for me. And I was always trying to look for ways to help my team members do that as well, because we never know what's going to happen with the companies that we're involved with online businesses, right? And when that happens, you want to set yourself up for success. And I found myself, and I've talked to Jason Guck, who was just talking, that he knows my story. I mean, I'll tell everybody, I'll be very candid. I lost over $250,000 in the money market with a guy that even one of my buddies is on the Zoom tonight as well. He was with me in that. We lost quite a bit of money with them on that. And it was just, hey, sorry, you're out of it and we can't help you and everything. It was just the draw, nature of the game and everything. And, what I really wanted to do is really find something that the people that I know in my industry can really put the money that they make, all their hard work of building teams and everything they make, and put it to use where it can actually go to work for them. And when I started seeing this, what you guys showed me, I was literally blown away, because I'm infatuated with sports anyway. I do fantasy sports, and I know a lot of people in the industry, but I had no idea there was actually an industry where people can tell you what to do, and then they had a whole strategy about this and all this stuff. It just made sense to me. And what really made sense to me after, Jason and I both talking about losing money in the industry and investing is, you have to validate and make sure that everything is working. The numbers are there, all right? Just validate everything. And when you guys showed the historic data on the numbers, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. So all I got to do is just follow what you guys tell me to do. Don't put my emotions in it. Just exactly what you guys do. Make the plays and just, don't divvy away from it. And I can have my money work for me. And then when I saw that, my light bulb went off in my head. Like, I can help so many people that I know in my industry and in my circle that I surround myself with, really take, the money that they have and grow it and be the 401k or the trading or, stock market, the crypto, or even real estate or whatever you want to call it. It's something that they can really feel comfortable with because they had that historical data there. And obviously we can't guarantee that, and everything just for that. But I was blown away, Bill, with the numbers on that. And I was watching pre-COVID on the accounts with what we were doing, like Jason was saying, and the numbers. And I was super excited. And even post COVID, like when the sports started coming back, the numbers that we are seeing just in a short amount of time. And I don't watch NASCAR, and I was on the phone with Jason all excited because it makes you watch stuff. And I'm sitting there I'm calling him like, you see this? They're like, how do they know this? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm super excited. And it got me excited. I'm on my phone with my brother, and I'm calling a couple other people, and they're all excited about it. And it just brings the joy and excitement back, knowing that, like, wow, we have something that can truly, truly put somebody in a situation where they can win. And that's what I'm all about. It's not even so much for me. I get the joy of like really sharing something with somebody that it can help them and their family. And it's not about getting, truly wealthy. It's about getting somebody in a situation where they're comfortable and they're not stressing, right? And that's my job. And that's what fulfills me. And if I can bring that to somebody, I've done my job. So that's a little bit about my testimony. I could probably be on here talking all night, but I appreciate you guys bring this to me because I'm gonna be on the rooftop of my condo here to Lake of the Ozarks, shouting to everybody. So
it's fun.
The one thing, I'm in my 50s, and sports has always been a passion of mine. So when I signed the NDA a little over 2 years ago with these guys, I was just like blown away with what I saw. But then when they said, hey, what if you could be in a business that was around sports based on your passion for sports, and we can do this side, can you find people to do the other side? And that's how it all came together. And we found Unbox, found Jay and Mike and a bunch of other guys that are all behind the scenes right now. And we're just having fun doing sports, being in a sports business. I mean, talking to local sports bar owners and watching them get excited about the fact that they can add a revenue stream. So that's pretty much all that we really wanted to share tonight. But more than anything, the links are up. The site is up. I think, is my screen back on, Jay?
You are on your AIM system.
Yeah. So remember I said there's my balance, right? 34, 110, 79. Now, all the plays, right? I think it's play history, right?
Yeah.
Right in here. So you can see, I'm just throwing pie in the sky. These were the plays I was talking about. You can see wins, losses, you see. And there's so many different variables on the plays that if I just handed them out to you and said, hey, go play these, there's a good chance that you would lose money. But by having the way that they tell you to play it, based on the dollar amount, based on your risk factors and the advantage on the game, it tells you exactly how much to put on it. And then, like I said, here's skip plays. So believe me, I would have never thought I could be considered a professional gambler. And These guys, they anointed me late last year as being one of the few guys that they've ever met that could actually follow a system and not deviate, not put emotion in. They said, put $30 on a game. I put $30 on a game. They said,
Mhm.
how much capital do you have available? Did you take money out to go partying when you were in Vegas with us? that no longer counts for being in your sports betting account. Take that out. So, I mean, they taught me everything that I needed to know so that I could bring all this back to all of us as affiliates. And we're all on an equal playing field because that percentage is so cool because it's 2020. And, I help you and you help someone and we're all getting paid. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Joe, can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Could you touch just really, really quick, and just because I see a lot of, like, with the emotion side of it, because as long as you just don't put your emotion side to it, just follow the system, and that's all you have to do.
Can I touch on that?
Yeah, because
Yeah, I'm going to give you a couple really good examples. Would have been Super Bowl, okay? They had certain prop bets, and if you're not familiar with prop bets, they were based on different players. And because I'm a huge football fan, I knew more than they knew. That's what I was telling them. And they're like, no, this is the only props that you do. So I went and did my own with my outside of what I told them. And afterwards, I had to eat crow. And when I say get your emotion, in the middle of the game, because there's also bets that you can bet as the game's going on, because I knew I was losing, I wanted to get that back. So I started doing in-game plays, which I knew nothing about, but I was going to be screwed. Next day, we regroup, and I forget what the total win was. Should have been for me, but they told me what their wins were, and I was just blown away. And I'm like, well, I actually lost $200. And they said, well, it's because you got your emotion involved again, didn't you? So that's where emotion comes in. You got to treat this like a business. And if you can treat it like a business, you'll be shocked at, even when you have one of those losing streaks. I mean, when we lost in February, we had like 7, 8, 9 days in a row toward the end of the month, and ended up losing that. I forget.
19%.
19%. But by the time COVID started, we already had got the 19% back, and we're up to 30%. And then COVID hit, and then there was no activity happening. But that's where the emotion can get in. Let me see. There's a few questions. I wasn't paying attention. I'm not always available to check my email text. I assume the info is time sensitive as line moves quickly. Is a bot used to check for current lines and to place wagers? Okay. Number one, we don't use any bots. We're real time with everything we do. So you'll see here, if you look on my screen right now, everything is timestamped. So when the play comes, whether it comes via email, push notification, if you don't get the line that we tell you that you should get, like in this case, you can see here, minus 115, that's why what you would do is you would just hit skipped instead of playing it. So even though you missed the play, based on the way that we're set up, and the way that we're not billing you by the play, or we're not taking money on that side, we're just charging a monthly fee. So even when you miss plays, it's not going to, overall, the numbers are the numbers. It's not going to kill you. Now, if I give you 105 plays and you miss 104, that's a different story. But yeah, so that there is no bots. We do have some things that we can't share right now, but for someone that's looking for a kind of like having a virtual assistant, we don't know for sure when that's going to be ready, so we really don't want to talk about it, but there is a way to kind of help you. And that's coming pretty quickly. Jay and I were actually on a call with some of the programmers earlier today, and it sounded like they were moving faster than we thought.
Somebody just asked, is there an app?
So the app is in development until we had our final activities with the web version. Once we're ready, then it'll go to both stores, and then the app will be out as well. But right now, it's the web version until we finish all the tweaking that we've been doing. Put it that way.
And Bill, when is it anticipated that you can actually sign up for AIM itself? I know this is just affiliate side now for $1 on Unbox. When is a date, Scott?
July
I know that
14th,
July 14th.
and that will be at 79. You won't be able to go into the 199s. You won't be able to go into the 590s. So you won't see everything you see here. You'll see like more along the lines of about 3 to 5 plays a day, approximately. But it's a good way to get your feet wet, so you don't, jump in and say, hey, I got $20,000 that I want to throw in right away. Start at 79, go with a lower number. We want people to get comfortable, because we believe if people do it exactly how the group of us that did it all last year, they're never going anywhere. I mean, and those 79s and 199s and 599s are going to come in to us as affiliates month after month after month.
Now, here's a question. So are we betting money just on this platform? So I'm going to be clear, the AIM is not a betting platform. Or are they using a platform to bet on legal sites?
Yes. So AIM is the tool that gives you what you need to play. You then go to multiple. You don't want to just have one. So if you're in, I'm going to use New Jersey as an example, because there's probably about 60 sports books now. You find the ones that give you the best results, and you're going to just basically take your info from AIM and you're going to put it into your sports book. The great thing with the sports books is you can tie them directly to a checking account. I always suggest to people, set up a separate checking account. If you're going to have a $5,000 capital, put that in there, and makes it real easy to be switching it back and forth between your sports betting account. Remember, we're a software technology company, and that's important for us for long-term success for 2 reasons. Number one, not every state is legal yet. So if we were on the sports betting side, we would only be able to offer this in the states where it's legal right now. But by us being the software provider or the app provider, we can offer this to everybody anywhere in the U.S. with no restrictions. And whether you're using it for regular sports, or whether you're using it for fantasy sports, or if you're using it for peer-to-peer. We've got a few guys that are using it in peer-to-peer right now, meaning they're not using a sports book at all. They're just betting with their group of friends using this information. So
another question that somebody asked in the chat, I don't know if you've seen the chats, Bill, is how can I promote the titanium level? And where's the sign up for titanium?
So that, where is that? Hang on a minute. It's in the wrong spot. We'll have to get back to you on that. We've got everybody's email. Once I find out, because it's in the AIM site, so it's not in the Unbox site, and AIM won't be open till the 14th. So that's a great question, something we didn't think of. But I'll get an answer for that, and we'll have an email out first thing in the morning. We'll get an answer tonight.
I think that's all the questions. Maybe has any more questions?
There's one. I am an Unbox member. Do I go to Unbox and sign up for the $1 affiliate? Well,
If you're an Unbox member, you're already enrolled as an affiliate. So you'll have a link that's live now that will show under the AIM system, and your actual link to share. There's a little 2-minute teaser video that if you go to joinunbox.com/aim/your username, you will see a video and that will link, that's all linked and hard coded to your account, which Bill's showing you now.
Is this the back office here, Jay?
Yep, under Business Center.
If we go to Business Center,
And then scroll down, right there, little blue link. No, the one below it.
Yep.
So that tells you about the industry, trends, and then there's your link there.
copy to clipboard, Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, create a coupon. Okay.
And you can see the username right there below the AIM says, joinunbox.com/aim/your username.
Yeah, okay. Awesome.
So if you click that, it takes you to a 2-minute little teaser video about the speculative management engine. And so you watch that video, and right below, when you click on the create your Unbox platform account, somebody can sign up, use the coupon code AIM, and they'll get the $99 off on $1 enrollment.
There you go. Boom. Simple. That's awesome. I like that. Oh, we got another one. Are we able to bet on golf, soccer, MMA also? Is that available in other countries? Yes, to all those questions. We do golf, soccer, MMA.
I'm super excited about soccer. Soccer has been really amazing so far. And with that being the global sport that it is, I think that's going to really help the opportunity to grow globally with this opportunity.
Yeah, we do have some people outside the U.S. already. So again, we're talking the U.S. market because it's 100 million people, but the rest of the world. The other thing to keep in mind, Jay mentioned that woman from Bet365, the CEO, who's actually from America, and she bought that company for $50,000 on eBay. But they're about 10 years ahead of us. So their sports books are starting to drive into the U.S. Pretty heavily. If you go into New Jersey, you could find probably about half a dozen Euro sports books. You go into Vegas, not so much, just because Vegas is pretty set. But you go into Pennsylvania, some of the Euros are starting to show up, just because they know how big this market is. So,
Bill, do you want to schedule another call? I mean, because right now it's almost kind of like going to be like a blitz week heading up to the 14th.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to have 2 or 3 webinars where people can invite, new potential affiliates? I mean, I know the video does a lot of it. It's really automated, and for $1, it's really a no-brainer. But I don't know if you want to, keep going through this. Maybe 2 or 3 more calls this week. Maybe we do on Wednesday.
Yeah, let's do Wednesday. Same time, same bat chant. I'll do it. I'll get a link done after this, and everybody that was on this call will get the link. So
you can send it to them tomorrow, and they'll have the link to promote for Wednesday's.
Yeah, I'll have the answer to the other question. And then we do have a preferred partner asking a question about the special that they have for them. And I believe.
Yeah, you want to get that from Unbox. I mean, unless you know the answer, but I just.
So I was going to say is if you hit the support there, and because I believe I read the email and it said you email support, and then they'll set you up automatically in your back office. I guess that's what I read in that email that they sent out. So we'll go Wednesday, 10 o'clock. Everybody that's on here will get an email with that. Feel free. Remember, it's only $1 for people to get themselves started. We feel like, probably after the 16th, that's probably going to get eliminated just based on how many people are on this call and how many people we got on it. Another private call that we're doing tomorrow. The original deal on that was about 1,000 members. We might be able to get it extended because I like the idea of people being able to sign up for $1 on the affiliate side, especially if you just want to kind of work with somebody to kind of figure out how you can fit this into some other affiliate things you're doing, or if you're someone that's just looking to raise money so you can start doing betting.
Well, my phone is lighting up with people saying reserve my spot as a titanium. Get the sign up link going.
Yeah, I'll get an answer on that pretty quick. That'll be on the email tomorrow. But yeah, let's wrap this up. It's 11:20 for people on the East Coast. I know we had a couple of special guests that were on, and I can see that you're still on. They were the experts who basically are behind this, that are part of AIM. They wanted to see if we were doing our job. So I kind of know one of their emails, so I know they were on here. So I'm sure they think we did a good job today. So we will see you guys Wednesday night, 10 o'clock. You'll see an email in the morning, and get back to whoever brought you in if you've got additional questions. And, we can always line up a call one-on-one if you need to talk to one of us who are a little more experienced than other people. But remember, this is brand new, so we're all just kind of learning as we go. So,
Great.
right.
Thanks, Bill.
Good night, everybody.